Good morning. Welcome. My name's Dina Jensen, and I am here to share some yoga with you here on Sun and Moon's YouTube channel and also on Sun and Moon's Instagram Live. So nice to be together. You can, of course, practice live or you can come back later. I'll try on Instagram to save this on a highlight as long as the connection holds up. And on YouTube, you can always come back and watch the recording and practice with the recording. If you have a couple of blocks, I always think those are good to have handy for a yoga practice. And if you're not somebody who practices with props, that's okay too. Just, take care of yourself as we go through the practice. That's what we always do in yoga. So today is the winter solstice. Happy winter solstice, everybody. Of course, that means it's the darkest time of the year. The longest night that we have is tonight. And there's all kinds of interesting things going on too. There's the Great Conjunction. Maybe you've heard of that. Saturn and Jupiter are closest together in like 800 years in the nighttime sky. So unfortunately here in Northern Virginia, which is where I'm coming to you from, it's pretty cloudy. I don't know if we'll see those, but they say right after sunset, if you look up in the sky, you might be able to see Jupiter and Saturn really close together. So it's a lot of lovely events that seem to be happening at the same time. So today's practice is to brighten your flame. I'd like to read you a quote from BKS Iyengar, and this was actually on our Instagram this morning. He says, "Yoga is a light which once lit will never dim. The better your practice, the brighter your flame." I just love that quote. So today we're going to brighten our inner flame from the inside out, using breath, using movement, using mindfulness to come back to the self so that we brighten ourselves up in the darkest night tonight. All right, so let's get on the mat if you're not already on your mats. Grab your blocks, grab a blanket, and let's get started. We'll begin either take a seat, sit up on something. You're at home, so sit up on some blankets or anything that feels supported for you. Get up on your sits bones, or you can lie down. I'm going to stay seated today, but this is your practice, your choice, in the comfort of your own home. Do what works for you. So get yourself in some supported position, grounded. If you're on a blanket, feel your sits bones, your butt bones, pull the flesh out, feel those butt bones on the blanket towards the front edge of your blanket. If you're lying down, feel your head, your shoulders, your low back, your feet on the ground. And let's gently close the eyes. And we're going to begin with breath today. So a breath-focused practice to brighten our inner flames, get some oxygen inside. If you'd like to put your hand on the body, that can be really soothing for the nervous system. You're welcome to put a hand on somewhere on the abdomen and somewhere on your heart, your energetic heart, your spiritual heart. Or your hands can be on the thighs or your arms can be on the ground. You choose. And just settle in and let's take some breaths together. On your next inhale, take a breath in and just feel where the breath moves the torso and abdomen. And on the breath out through the nose, surrender to that relaxation. Your next breath in, breathe in through the torso. Maybe you feel it in the belly and the chest at the same time. Fanning our inner flame, and on the exhale, surrender. So these are smooth, easy breaths. Take another breath in. Maybe lengthen the exhale, inhale a little bit. And on your exhale, let that be smooth, relaxed, and maybe even lengthen that exhale a little bit. A few more, breathing in. Belly and chest, breathing out, surrendering to the exhale. One more, breathe in. Big full breath and a complete letting go on the breath out. Okay, gently open your eyes if they were closed. Let's get some movement. So what I'd like to encourage is for you to feel the breath with every movement as much as you can today. That's going to be the the best tool for you to brighten your inner flame. So we're going to do 6 directions of the spine, moving the spine in ways that it loves to be moved. We might switch the cross of your shins if you've been sitting, and if you've been lying down, let's roll to your side and come on up, or however you like to come up. Let's come up to a seat. You could also be sitting back on your heels and go through this as well, or on hands and knees, but I'm going to be in a seat. Okay, so put your hands somewhere on the body, maybe on the knees. Take a nice breath in, lift through the crown of the head, tall spine, lifted breath. On your exhale, round the spine by tucking the tailbone, dropping the head, and just reaching that spine towards the wall behind you. Lean back. And then on a nice bright inhale, flip the spine and open the heart up to the ceiling. You might even look up. Feel a full exhale as you tuck the tailbone, drop the head, get that nice rounded spine, a good lean back, stretching into the shoulders, and then a bright inhale, flips the spine, opens the heart. Breathe out through the nose into your seated cat, and then in through the nose into the seated cow. Last one. Exhale, rounding, dropping the head, tucking the tailbone. And inhale, open that heart up, maybe look up, and then exhale, come on back to center. Okay, so we're gonna do some twists here. And again, you might switch the cross of your shins, just going back and forth. It'll feel a little awkward, perhaps, on one of the crosses. And then get up on those butt bones again. So pull your flesh out, you lean over, you pull the flesh out, you get up on your butt. Okay, arms to your side. Let's start with your arms to your side, and then that bright inhale, lift your arms next to your ears, and a full exhale turns you to one side. It doesn't matter which, and then you begin to lower the arms down, so you're at a diagonal. The front hand maybe touches the outer knee or outer thigh, and you can use that if you want to twist more. So you decide if you want to twist around more. If you're not touching anything in the back, your hands haven't landed on something, you might want to grab a block and put that back there. So we're exhaling as we twist a little more. We take a nice bright inhale as we lift the spine more. Keep the twist, look over your front shoulder, and then lower your ear down towards that front shoulder. Relax both of your shoulders and take a good breath in through the side neck area. We're going to release the back hand, turn the palm up, breathe in, lift the arm up and overhead, and then exhale as you side bend towards the opposite knee. Let the ear drop, let the head be heavy, and then take a breath in, lift up, exhale, the arm comes back down, and then inhale, lift both arms next to your ears. Breathe out, turn to the other side as you lower the arms down, put that front hand, wrap it around the knee. Let that turn you more if you want to twist more. Breathe naturally, and then look over the front shoulder. Relax your shoulders, drop your ear down, take a good breath in through the side neck. I woke up with a really sore neck today, so this helps. And then we're releasing the back arm, palm up. Inhale the arm next to your ear, and then exhale, lean towards that opposite thigh and knee for a side bend. Breathe. And then on the next inhale, lift yourself back up, lower your arms down, exhale into a twist. Inhale, come back to center. Arms next to your ears if you can reach, and then exhale, arms come back down. Beautiful. Okay, switch the cross of your shins one last time, and we'll do side bending. Okay, get up on the butt bones. Release your arms to your side. Turn the palm forward or up. You choose what arm. Inhale that arm next to your ear. Stay in the side plane as you exhale. Slightly lean over, but more reach with the top hand. Trying to get the stretch through the shoulder all the way down the hip all the way down the ribs to the hip. And then take your breath in. Let that lift you back up. And then the exhale lands the arm next to you. Other side. Bright inhale lifts the arm next to your ear. A full exhale leans you over, but reach with your hand. Really get that stretch. Natural breath, cycle of breath. When an inhale comes, lift yourself up, brighten your inner flame. Exhale, arms come to your side. Lovely. Okay, so we're going to do some kneeling things. I'm going to recommend you grab a blanket. So let's get yourself a blanket. I'll do this from the side so you can just see what I'm doing. It's sometimes called the reverse lunge, sometimes it's called half split pose. So we'll begin stepping 1 foot forward, doesn't matter which you choose. Step a foot forward into a low lunge so that your knee is underneath your foot. And then the back knee, scooch it back just a little bit so there's more space in between the legs for the hips. And then straighten the front leg. Turn the toes to point straight up and your knee points straight up. Okay, and these blocks move around with you to support you. So the blocks can move all the way to your hips so your spine is nice and tall. This is lovely. Take a breath in. And if you don't have blocks, do the best that you can. And then walk your blocks forward. You're going to lean forward, bending at the hip crease. Ground the front foot, bend the front knee, drop the hips down and forward, and then on an inhale, lift the heart up. Pull the shoulders back. And then on your exhale, pull the hips back, straighten the front leg. You can move these blocks around. So the blocks might walk back with you or they might stay right where they were. They can be on any level. Whenever a natural inhale comes, we're coming to the lunge. Drop the hips down and forward, ground through the front foot, and then lift the heart up and pull the shoulders back. Okay, so let's really flow. Breathe out, pull the hips back, move the blocks if you need to, toes up, knee up. Straight knee, and then on your breath in, come into your lunge. Heart open, shoulder back, maybe look up. Exhale, pull the hips back, moving the blocks as needed. And then on your inhale, come into what's called an extended lunge. You might want to press that back foot into the ground a little bit more to get a stretch through the front hip. Last time. Exhale, pull the hips back. You can stay tall, you might fold more at the hips, you might even drop your head down a little bit and get the stretch through the back. See what sensations are good and soothing for you. All right, come on up, step back, the front foot, and we'll do the other side. So some of you are going to be able to step straight through and get your legs straight, but it's nice to stop for a moment, step the front foot forward in the lunge, move the knee back, and then straighten the front leg. So you can see my front leg is straight, my toes are pointed up, my knee is up, it's a neutral leg. Let these blocks support you. Take a nice breath in, tall spine. And if you would like to bend at the hips a little bit and walk the block forward, you can do that. And then we'll ground the front foot, bend the front knee, drop the hips down, untuck the back toes, press the back foot into the ground, lift the heart up. A lot going on. And then on your exhale, pull the hips back, walk the blocks back if you need to. And on an inhale, come into your extended lunge, heart up, press the back foot into the ground, open the heart towards the ceiling. Exhale, pull the hips back. Inhale into your lunge. Really feel the breath in and out through the nose. Exhale into your reverse lunge or half split. Inhale into your extended lunge. Exhale into your reverse lunge. And then this is our last time in our extended lunge. Heart up, feel the breath, shoulders back. And then an exhale brings you into the half split. And if you want to go a little bit deeper, you can bend more at the hips. You can drop the head. You can have a little bit of a rounding in the spine, breathing. Feeling the back body. Okay, so let's come on out of this. Step the front foot back. All right, so we're going to warm up the wrists a little bit. Just move my blocks out of the way so you can see. Call these wrist push-ups. So let's come down into your hands and knees. Fan out your fingers. Ground through your index pad of your fingers. Okay. Point your toes straight back. And then lift the heel of the hand and the palms off the ground and the thumb off the ground. So it's just all 4 of my fingers that are on the ground here, getting a stretch. And then I shift the hips back. I put the palms on the ground again and lift all of the fingers off the ground. So I'm pulling my fingers back towards me with straight arms. And let's do this with breath. Whatever breath feels natural. Maybe inhale, come forward again. And lift the palms up, heel of the hand up. And then on your next natural breath, Lean back, lift the fingers off the ground and the palms off the ground. If it's just feeling too intense, walk your hands back towards your knees more and stay here, okay, instead of being in the table pose. One or two more, breathing as we're rocking and lifting the fingers and palms, and then we rock forward and we lift the heel of the hand and palms. We go back. Try to keep those arms and elbows straight as you lift the fingers, fingertips up, fingers towards you. It's a lot of work. Last time. Come on forward. Good. Okay, so this time walk your hands forward of your shoulders. Take a breath in and then exhale. Pull the hips back as much as you want to go. So you might just go sort of half back, or you might go sit all the way back. You might drop your head down. And if you're in the extended child, maybe here you want to lift the hands again. So you can lift the fingers and the palms to do that same stretch we had been doing. Just take a breath. Okay. And then we're going to lift ourselves up. Shift forward until your shoulders are right over your wrists. And now try to bend the elbows straight back, lower down with some control, and then lift up, lift the heart forward and up in a cobra, and then lower back down. It's a little hard because our knees are under the blanket, and then push yourself up and back. So let's get rid of the blanket because for me, that just got in my way, and we're not going to do as much weight bearing on your knees. Let's give that one a try again. You can keep the blanket under your knees if it didn't bother you. Walk your hands forward of the shoulders, fair amount. Pull the hips back as much as you want to go. Maybe you drop the head, that's your choice. If you want to lift the fingers and the palms off the ground and get that good stretch in the forearms. Feel that. Okay, and then let's lift ourselves up and start leaning forward. Push the floor away from you. Your belly is really strong. Shoulders right over your wrists. And then try to bend the elbows. Don't let them pop out to the side. Try to bend them straight back and lower with some control. Untuck the toes. And now inhale. Lift the heart forward and up. Squeeze the elbows together. Look down your nose. You're in a mini cobra pose, low cobra. And then lower back down. And let's push ourselves up and back into extended childs one more time. Take a nice breath in and out here. Okay, last time. Lift yourself up, shift yourself forward, push the floor away from you. Belly is in, bend the elbows straight back, lower down with some control. So we're going to add on a little bit to our low cobra. Your hands are underneath your shoulders, your elbows are lifted and squeezed together, toes pointed straight back. Breathe in, lift the heart, lift the chest, and lift both legs. Spread the legs apart from each other, squeeze the butt, and then relax halfway down on your next breath out. And then on your next breath in, lift the heart, spread the legs apart, pull the heart forward, and then exhale. Lower all the way back down. Lovely. And push yourself up and back. We can do a cat-cow here or a downward dog. So I'm going to do the downward dog. Or you could do puppy dog with your hands forward, your head down if you don't want to come into the full downward dog. So ground into your index pad, grip with your fingertips, curl your toes under, take a breath in, and on your breath out, pull the hips back, knees pop up, and then lift the hips up. So you really want to press into the index pad as we pull the hips away from the hands. Knees can be very, very bent. You want to get a stretch through the spine. How about we walk the dog one heel down, the other knee bends, and then the opposite heel drops. The opposite knee bends. Breathing. Feel that breath. Your choice how you'd like to come up. If you're in downward dog, we're going to walk your hands back to your feet or your feet up towards your hands, whichever feels more reasonable for you. And if you're on hands and knees, come up however you normally do. So we'll be in a forward bend and then slightly bend the knees. Feel the breath in and reach the arms out to your side as you stand all the way up. Reach your fingertips up towards the ceiling, maybe even look up. And then bring your hands in front of your heart. Okay, so let's do breath of joy to really ignite our inner flame. So breath of joy, you've been comfortable in your feet, so they're hip distance or wider apart. We'll get into a mountain pose, and let me describe it to you first. So you're almost like a conductor in an orchestra with your arms. You take 3 inhales through the nose. So you take a breath in, a breath in, a breath in, and then a breath out that through the mouth that you bend the knees and your arms come to your side, and you can drop the head if you want. You do anything that's sort of reasonable for your spine. So it's a breath in, a breath in, a breath in, a breath out. Okay, so let's do it together. Ready? Breathe in. Two more. Last one. Okay, stand up. You might be a little dizzy. Just take a moment, let things even out, feel your breath. Whew. Feel that inner flame, that heat, that internal heat. Beautiful. All right, let's please find your mountain pose. So place your feet right underneath your hips, your heels underneath your sits bones. Spread the toes. I like to lift the toes and then spread them. So you have this really good base of support, a grounding energy. Feeling evenness through tripod of your feet, big toe mound, little toe mound, and then right in the center of the heel. Be like a pendulum as you lean forward and backward to feel the center where your center is today, and maybe leaning from side to side. Again, finding the center. Okay, and then once you find it, settle in, strong legs, lift through the crown of the head, relax your shoulders down, have your arms next to your side, and let's turn the palms to face forward. And feel your own breathing in mountain pose. Feel the strength of mountain. You can picture a mountain. You can picture that you're inside a mountain, feeling protected. And then place your hands in front of your heart. Let's focus on the breath in as you sweep the arms out to the side and overhead, and then hold on to one wrist and pull that arm on an exhale over to the side, a good side bend. Let the head be relaxed, and then inhale, come back up to extended mountain, find the opposite wrist and pull that arm over to the other side. Let the head drop, getting that good stretch to the side. Inhale, come back up. Grab the first wrist, exhale over to the side. Inhale, up you go. Exhale over to the other side. Adding on, inhale, release into extended mountain, and then bend one elbow and touch the opposite shoulder, and then hold on to that lifted elbow with the hand. So just turn around, you can see. And you can pull the elbow in a little bit if you'd like. You can drop your head back into the forearm. Breathe. Try to soften your ribs so that you don't have overarching in the low back. Okay, release into extended mountain and bend the opposite elbow, touch the opposite shoulder. Pull that elbow into the midline, and you can lean the head into the arm. Breathe. Feel the breath energizing you, brightening you up. And then let's release into extended mountain. Exhale, hands come in front of your heart. So we're just going to do a very, very short flow into extended mountain, bending forward, touching something and coming back up. We'll do that a couple times and then we'll just cool down. So this could be a time where you get those blocks. I'll stand on the side. If you can't touch the ground, or just move yourself in front of a couch or something, or bed or chair, whatever you've got. Okay, so get into your mountain pose, please. Ground through your feet. Engage your legs, lift through the crown of the head, place your arms to your side, shoulders are back, heart shines forward. Place your hands in front of your heart, and we'll inhale, sweep the arms next to your ears. On your exhale, bring your palms together down the midline, bend at your hips. You can bend the knees if you need to, And then we'll touch something, dropping the head. Let's stay here for a breath in and out. And it can be nice here to bend the knees a little bit and take your sweeping inhale, arms to the side, lead with the heart, stand straight up, lift the heart up to the ceiling, maybe look up, and then exhale, hands come in front of the heart. Inhale, sweep your arms out to the side and overhead. Look up, heart shines up. Exhale, hands come down the midline, bend at the hips, touch the ground, touch something, drop the head. Let's stay for a breath in and out. Slightly bend the knees if that helps you. Sweeping inhale, arms out to the side. Stand tall, lift up, look up. Exhale, hands come back in front of the heart. Last time. Inhale, sweep the arms out to the side, overhead. Lead with your heart. Exhale, hands come down the midline, bending at the hips. Bend the knees if you need to. The head drops down. So here I'd like you to step your feet wide. You can use blocks here, or you can be moving with your hands along the couch if your hands are on the couch or the bed. So we're in a wide-legged forward bend. Walk your hands over towards one leg, torso towards that leg. Let the head relax and breathe. Pull your hips back to center. Breathe. If you want a deeper experience in the leg you're leaning towards, then bend the opposite knee just a little bit. So my hands are reaching over to one side and the other knee bends just a little bit, pulling the hips back to center. And then straighten both legs, walk back. Walk over to the other leg. You can be as close or as far away as that leg as feels good for you. You just gently pull the torso towards that leg. If you want more sensation, you want to bend the opposite knee just a little bit. And pull the hips back to center. Breathe. And then straighten the leg. Walk your hands back. Bring your heels together just a little bit. Walk your hands up to the thigh. Inhale, lead through the heart. Stand up tall. And then bring your feet back together. Okay, so let's end on the ground. Come on down, however is suitable for you. We'll do a couple of twists. And then have a moment of relaxation. Okay, please lie down. We'll do windshield wipers. Lie all the way down on your back. Put your arms next to you, but out of the way, any way that's comfortable for you. Okay, feet are about hip distance, but you can play around with feet wider or closer to each other. Take a breath in, on a breath out, knees drop to one side, head turns away. The breath in lifts the knees back, head centers, and the exhale, go to the other side. And if breathing in a different way feels more comfortable, then switch it up, but focus on the breathing through the nose, in and out through the nose as you go back and forth. If you happen to know which side you started on, even it up, go to the opposite side. And if you don't remember, don't worry about it. You can keep doing a couple more of those twists, or you can step into the feet, lift the hips up just a little bit, and then move the hips over to the left, put the hips back down, bring the knees up towards the torso, thighs towards the torso, activate the arms, activate your feet, and put your arms at shoulder height. Palms down or up. Breathe in and then exhale. Let the knees drop to the right. And you can pull the knees up towards your armpit more. If this feels too intense and not comfy, go back to the windshield wipers and shine your heart up towards the ceiling more. So knees and hips in one direction, shoulders, rib cage, heart in the opposite. And then inhale, come back to center. Step the feet down, lift the hips up and shift them to the right. Bring the thighs and knees towards the chest. Activate your feet. Breathe in and then exhale. Both of the knees go to the left. And you can look away from the knees if you'd like. Pull the knees up towards the armpit and keep turning the shoulders and ribs up towards the ceiling for a pretty deep twist. Inhale, come on back to center. Feet come back down. Center things out. And let's hug the knees to the chest. Feeling natural breathing. Inhale, release the knees away from the body, straighten the elbows. Exhale, hug the knees in. Inhale, release. Exhale, hug in. And step the feet down, arms to your side, putting the hand on the low belly and maybe somewhere in the spiritual heart center, energetic heart. Feel your own breath. Maybe we divide the breath. So breathing into the belly first for a little bit, about half of the breath into the belly, half of the breath into the heart and chest. And then exhale through the nose or mouth, letting everything go at once. Take an inhale into the low belly. Then continue the inhale into the torso chest. Full breath, exhale everything at once. Inhale into the belly, halfway, into the chest. Exhale, release. 2 more. Inhale into the belly. Keep inhaling into the chest. Exhale, let go. And last one, 2-part breathing. Inhale into the abdomen, into the chest ribs, and release. And then place your arms to your side. Just take a moment with your eyes closed. What do you feel? How's your inner light? Do you feel a little brighter, a little lighter? Let everything relax. And you're welcome to stay here if you have some extra time, or you can start to wiggle fingers and toes, and start to move, maybe stretch. Roll to your side. Come on up. Let's sit up nice and tall together, placing your hands in front of your heart. May you be well. May you be happy. May you be healthy. May you be safe. May you be at ease. May you be free from suffering. And may you feel your inner light brighten. Thank you so much for practicing with me. Have a wonderful day and happy solstice, everybody.